Madhurachar. Oh saintly Vaishnava, this is from Srila Narottam Thakur, one of many of the songs. Oh saintly Vaishnavas, although I am very fallen and misbehaved, I nevertheless place this appeal before you. My destiny has immersed me. Jai Śrīla Gurudev ki Jai, Śrīla Guru Mahārāj ki Jai. This is for them, they know. And no marigolds. Anyhow, now Gurudev can take marigolds also. Because he used to wear marigolds when he was younger. I mean, in our earlier days, but then presently, there's something in marigolds, that allergy or something came presently, but not before. But then we couldn't give marigold garlands. But now you can, no allergy. Okay, anyway, my destiny is very powerful and has immersed me in the fearsome ocean of repeated death, birth and death. And we are sitting here and we think, oh, what fearful ocean. It's very happy. The H24 bus comes up and down here, it keeps me out of the rain, and it's, oh, such a nice life. We are thinking it is not fearsome ocean, but those who see understand it is a fearsome ocean. And maybe it is Canto 5, is it, of Srimad Bhagavatam? Gives us a little reminder of what happens between death and birth and all these things, depending on us being good boys and girls or naughty boys and girls or devotional boys and girls. So be a devotee. So my destiny has immersed me in this fearsome ocean of repeated birth and death. Please grab me by the hair and pull me to the opposite shore. So the ladies have a better chance because they have more hair. My destiny is very powerful. I am not able to hear the knowledge of spiritual life, and I am always bound by the ropes of karma. And the other day, I read or heard Srila Guru Maharaj saying about how karma is like the shadow of a person in their activities. Exactly as you do, you will get the result in the shadow. So exactly as you do, you will get the karma result. And Guru Maharaj said, like the shadow going with somebody. What you do, you raise your hand. Oh, my shadow raises its hand. There is some reaction, immediate reaction. I cannot see, so I'm bound by the ropes of karma. I cannot see any way to escape my condition. I'm wrapped up in karma. How do I get out? I see only suffering. Helpless and stricken with grief, I cry. Then kama, this you know, many of you know, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, abhimana, saha. I am just like a blind man. Anyway, I'm just like a, but this is, okay, it's not exactly in the order of the verse, all right? And many times it's like this, it's not a problem. I am just like a blind man, which comes later, and unable to see what path is auspicious or inauspicious. I am helplessly dragged from here to there by, then, the first line, lust, anger, greed, bewilderment, madness and pride. I am helplessly dragged from here to there by lust, anger, greed, bewilderment, madness and pride. Next verse, my mind became immersed in the impermanent satisfaction of the senses, and I could not understand the real goal of life. For this reason, I did not aspire to attain your lotus feet. Narottam Das says, now that I am able to see and hear the Vaishnavas, I have become free from all fear. Jai.
Jai, Jai.
So, Srila Narottam Das Thakur giving us our guidance.
Maharaj, thank you for sharing the concept of Guru Maharaj about the karma, shadow. And what that implies for me is that shadow is an instant reflection, but in terms of the karma beej, the seed of karma, it can fructify within moments or lifetimes.
Yes.
So how are we to harmonize the time aspect and the shadow?
Well, because it's going to come. That it's just at the shadow. I mean, it is immediate, but exactly like the person is doing activity, then that karma is going to be there, like a shadow. But yes, every example is not an example of everything. It's an example to show that exactly what we do, we're going to get the result. You raise your arm, your shadow is going to raise its arm. You do some activity and you're going to get the result of that activity. So an example is applicable for a certain thing and not for everything about, in this case, movement and the shadow. But the idea that you are going to get what you do, unless you become a devotee, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, and as Guru Maharaj and Gurudev from so many sources are showing. Only the devotees actually become free from the previous actions and activities, and without any separate endeavor. And you see, right now going on is the Maha Kumbh Mela with 100+ million people converging on Prayag in northern India. And amongst those have been some of our devotees. We've already heard some of their reports that they're going there. But Gurudev said, we have no place there. So unless there's some actual service, we don't have any place there. It's full of marijuana, it's full of all sorts of things. And it's not for us to judge what's going on. But unless there is some specific service to go there, we don't have any place there. And but they're going with the prime purpose, and we know it. We've interviewed many people there with the translators on camera. We've interviewed many people, both, like you say, laymen and those who are, giving discourses and things. And the prime motive for going there is to do prayaschittas, to get rid of that karma, to try to cancel out the shadow that's waiting behind. But the devotees don't have to do anything separate. The devotees be a devotee. Krishna looks after the karma. And the motivation is not that, oh, I'm going to, me, I'm going to clear my karma by doing devotional activity. That we be a devotee, that's the healthy position of life. We be a devotee, and Krishna looks after everything else. So an example has its application.
Is it more a ritual, a Hindu ritual to do this activity, go to that conference?
Well, I think probably every religion has got something where you try to clear off your sins. I don't know. And Hindu means those who have appreciation for the Vedas. Yeah. Christian, they've got appreciation for the Bible. The Muslims have appreciation for the Quran. The Sikhs have the appreciation for Guru Granth Sahib. And like this. And the Buddhists, interestingly, when we go to the Buddhist temples in Thailand, they do have scriptures. But those scriptures, apparently, they are scriptures by not necessarily Buddha, they're by monks who have seen the light or seen the nirvana or something like this. Anyway, they do have some scripture, but they have the teaching of Buddha as an example. But we can say maybe Krishna consciousness, a beginning point can be that point of, I got a lot of bad karma behind me. Now I understand, but then I also hear the only way to get free from that is to be a devotee. Then I better be a devotee. That's a good starting point. But it's not the end point. That's a starting point to realize that where we are is this, the beginning part, say, this fearsome ocean of repeated birth and death. And it's not our home. Our home is not a fearful place, our home is a happy place. And this is what has been revealed in particular by Mahāprabhu, revealed in particular by Veda Vyasa in his final work. Many things in Vyasa, in the Veda, knowledge about all sorts of things. But what's the conclusion? Beauty, sweetness, charm, love. What Krishna is giving and living in Goloka Vrindavan. And this is our home, and this is what Mahaprabhu has given us. So we're not trying to be karma free, we're trying to be Krishna full. And Krishna full, then karma automatically has no space because everything's full with Krishna. Ṭhākura-vaiṣṇava-gaṇa koriye nivedana. Ṭhākura-vaiṣṇava-gaṇa koriye nivedana. Bhuvaro adhamadurācāra. Karuna saṅsāra niritaheru vairo vidhi. Nishedhari more karo para. Vidhi varo balavan nasunne dharamagyan. Vidhi varo balavan nasunne dharamagyan. Sadai karama pashe bhande. Nadeki tarana lesha jatadeki svabhakesha. Ananta katare keikande. Kama krodha lobha moha matara pimanasaha. Kama krodha lobha moha matara pimanasaha. Apanara panaskani kane. Aichana maramana kirejena andajanna. Supata vipassana hi jane. Naloinu sattamaka asate majilo chitta. Naloinu sattamaka asate majilo chitta. Yatua paena korinu asha. Narottam dase koi dekhi shuni lage bhare. Karaiya loho nija asha. Narottam dase koi dekhi shuni lage bhare. Karaiya loho nija asha. Oh hey Vaishnava Ṭhākura, Vaishnava Ṭhākura, Vaishnava Ṭhākura, oh hey Vaishnava Ṭhākura. Oh hey Vaishnava Ṭhākura, Vaishnava Ṭhākura, Vaishnava Ṭhākura, oh hey Vaishnava Ṭhākura. So we are singing Srila Narottam Das Thakur's own composition in his glorification as well. So he's composed it and we're able to hear the message of the Vaishnavas. So this way Srila Narottam Das Thakur is giving us fuel, food for glorification of the Vaishnavas. And Hari Harai Nama Krishna, Hari Haraye Nama Krishna, Yadavai Namaha. Every day, twice a day, we sing that. This is from Srila Narottam Das Thakur. And many songs. Sri Guru Charana Padma. And Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koramore. Many songs we are singing. These are from Srila Narottam Das Thakur. Hare Krishna. Oh yes, here we are in the temple of Gaura Sundar, Gaura Chandra. Let us sing very short, very beautiful, very concise. Dhana Mora Nityananda. Some of these songs have everything in them. So Dhana Mora Nityananda. I don't know the page number because I have a different book.
123.
So many of us have already sung something today, but not Rasamoy Pandita. So maybe your turn today. Dhana Mora Nityananda, Pati Mora Gaura Chandra. Lord Nityananda is my wealth. Lord Gaura Chandra is my master. The youthful divine couple is my life. Advaita Acharya is my strength. Gadadha is my family. Narahari Saraka is my glory. And more or less we can say we understand the whole song. But I did have the question, why is Narahari Saraka my glory? And I asked it to Gosvāmī Mahārāj, who is brilliant, and he said, it is also my question. So, there are some things we don't know, we just happily accept. The dust of the devotees' lotus feet is my bathing water. Yes. The chanting of the devotees' names is my satisfaction. Yes. Considering the merits of all Vedic literatures in the light of devotional service, I have concluded that the Srimad Bhagavatam is the best of all scriptures. Then Vaishnava Uchishta, the remnants of the Vaishnavas. My mind is firmly convinced of the spiritual benefit obtained by eating the remnants of foodstuff left by the devotees. And then again, twice in one short song, the names of the devotees are my happiness. The land of Vrindavan is the enclosure within which I keep my mind. Poor-hearted Mahananda speaks in this way. Yes. Dhanamora Nityananda. Thank you.
Dhanamora Nityananda Pati Mora Gaura Chandra.
Dhanamora Nityananda Pati Mora Gaura Chandra.
Dhanamora Nityananda Pati Mora Gaura Chandra.
Dhanamora Nityananda Pati Mora Gaura Chandra. Dhanamora Jugara Advaita Acharya Bala Gadadhara Mora Kula. Narahari Vilasai Mora. Vaishnavera Paraduli Tahe Mora Snana Keli. Thapan Mora Vaishnavera Nama. Vishara Koriyamane Bhakti Rasa Aswadane. Madhyastha Shri Bhagavat Purana. Vaishnavera Uchishta Tahe Mora Manunishta. Vaishnavera Name Deula. Vrindavane Chatura Tahe Mora Manogera. Nityananda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. So, let us come along to the reading of Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. And Sachi Devi is often a reader of Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta. But today we read to some. Well, we like to hear from you. But we're reading Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Madhya-līlā, chapter number 1. Number 1, numero 1. And giving some summary of the chief pastimes of the Lord in his later pastimes, the pastimes after receiving sannyas. This is what Srila Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī is doing in the beginning of the Madhya-līlā. And he also, maybe today, somewhere along the way, he says, I do not know if I will be able to complete, because he's aged, he's over 90 years old, whether he'll be able to complete, but at least I'm going to give a summary so that you will know these matters. And if I live longer, I will give in more detail. And by the grace of the Lord, he did live longer, and we've got then more detail. So at this point, some summary. So last verse, perhaps, it was verse 90 of Madhya-līlā chapter 1. So Jai Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki Jai, Jai Srila Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī ki Jai, Jai Sri Caitanya Bhagavat ki Jai, Jai Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai, Jai Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Jai Srila Guru Mahārāj ki Jai, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, and Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai, Sri Rupanuga Guru Vaga ki Jai. So we are reading Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, which has been revealed to us by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada with his translations and purports. And so text 90, we already did read. Just to indicate those pastimes, those later pastimes, I am presenting a general survey of the chief pastimes in the form of a synopsis. So, more or less what we said just now. This is where we ended yesterday. So our first verse today is text 91, Madhya-līlā chapter 1. Pratama Shutra Prabhura Sannyasa Karana. Sannyasa Kari Chalila Prabhu Shri Vrindavana. So the first synopsis is Pratama Shutra, one of the first words. The Pratama, the first word. Pratam means first. One of the first words we learn in Bengali, really. Pratama, Dvita, Tritiya, one, first, second, third, like this. So the first synopsis is, after accepting the sannyas order, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded toward Vrindavan. He did proceed toward Vrindavan. And there are purports. And so please do homework and read the purports. If it's especially the first time you're reading Caitanya-caritāmṛta. But for the sake of the flow of the text, we are focusing on the text. And sometimes we read purports because things jump out at us. Oh, we must read this. We cannot not read it. All right, text number 92. Premite vivala bhaya nahika smarana radha raradesh. And not only is it D with a dot under, it's a short A at the end. And you'll hear Gurudev Guruma saying more like raradesh, like the last A hardly is there, like in many things. Karma, yoga, you hear them. The last A kind of tiny, little bit of an A. But raradesh. Tina dina korya brahmana. So, when proceeding toward Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu was overwhelmed with ecstatic love for Krishna. And he lost all remembrance of the external world. In this way, he traveled continuously for 3 days in Raradesh, the country where the Ganges does not flow. Okay, well, that's added. It's not in the text, but that's explaining Raradesh, where the Ganges is. Where it's not visibly flowing is what is understood to be that area. And that's the area of Bamanpara, of Hapanya, that whole area around there. Okay, Bhullaiya, bewildering. So Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu Bhullaiya. Ganga Tire Loya Aila Jamuna Boliya. So first of all, Lord Nityananda bewildered Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by bringing him along the banks of the Ganges, saying it was the river Jamuna. Next verse, after 3 days, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to the house of Advaita Acharya in Shantipur. Yesterday with Keshavananda we were talking about, Devashish. Yesterday with Devashish was talking about Shantipur and some of its qualities that we know in Shantipur. Okay, after 3 days, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to the house of Advaita Acharya at Shantipur and accepted alms, not alms, but alms means donation, but it really is talking about prasadam, accepting alms there. This was his first acceptance of alms. Bhiksha. At night he performed congregational chanting there. Okay, after 3 days Mahaprabhu came to the house of Advaita Acharya at Shantipur and accepted alms there. This was his first acceptance of alms. At night he performed congregational chanting. Okay, Bengali. Shantipure Acharyera Grihe, Advaita Acharya's house, Agamana came. Protom, we got the same word again, protom, first. Protoma Bhiksha Koila Taha, Ratri, night, Dine, day, in the night, in the day. Ratre Sankirtana, in the night did Sankirtana. So Shantipure Acharyera Grihe Agamana, Protama Bhiksha Koila Taha, Ratre Sankirtana. You got it. Next verse. Mata, the mother of the devotees. Mata Bhakta Ganera Taha Korila Milana. Sava Samadhana Kori Koila Niladri Gamana. Okay, got it. We do need the translations. Even when we think we know the meaning, we must come to the translation. At the house of Advaita Acharya, he met his mother as well as the devotees from Mayapur. He adjusted everything and then went to Jagannath Puri. Samadhana, adjustment. Sarva Samadhana Kori Koila Niladri Gamana. Okay? So he This is sutras, so don't ask me too much because it'll come up later. But he adjusted everything, means we'll find out, but it means he followed his mother's wish that he will stay. She made one prayer to him, please you stay in Jagannath Puri. Don't stay in some distant place. If you stay in Puri, I will get news of you with devotees who traditionally then also go from Navadvip to Puri. Not by train, not by taxi, not by bus. Nowadays also not by airplane. Sometimes they fly, very short flight. Well, it's an hour or so. Navadvip, no. Calcutta to Bhubaneswar. And then they fly to Bhubaneswar and then take a taxi. But Mahaprabhu, he could have flown there without an aeroplane. He's the Lord. But he went to Jagannath Puri. So he stayed in Jagannath Puri, and the devotees would go up and down to Jagannath Puri for the Rath Yatra. And so this way Sachi Devi will get news. So this harmonizing, adjusting everything, adjusting samadhana, to adjust. Okay, we adjust to the circumstance. Pate nana lila rasa, on the path, various pastime moods, and deva darshan, visiting, having darshan of temples. Madhava purira katha gopal stapana. Yes, on the way toward Jagannath Puri, Mahaprabhu performed many other pastimes. He visited various temples and heard the story about Madhavendra Puri and the installation of Gopal. Hare Krishna. And these wonderful things to come up. Kshira Churi Katha, yogurt stealing discussion. Shakshi Gopala Vivarana, and the witness Gopal discussion. Nityananda Koila Prabhura Danda Banjana, and Nityananda broke his danda. So anyway, from Nityananda Prabhu, okay, as you see, Srila Prabhupada gives a translation and more to help us to understand what's taking place. From Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard the story of Khir Churi Gopinath and of the witness Gopal. Then Nityananda Prabhu broke the sannyas rod belonging to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kruda, angry. Sometimes devotees know this word very early in their reading because they like this word, kruda. So kruda, angry, Hoya, Eka Gela, by himself, went to Jagannatha Dekite to see Jagannath. Mahaprabhu went by, angrily, Mahaprabhu went by himself to see Jagannath. Dekiya Murchita Hoya Parila Bhumite. After his sannyas rod was broken by Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu apparently became very angry and left Nityananda's company to travel alone to the Jagannath temple. When Mahaprabhu entered the Jagannath temple and saw Lord Jagannath, he immediately lost his senses and fell to the ground. Savavoma loya gela apana bhavana tritiya prahare prabhura haila chaitanya. After Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Lord Jagannath in the temple and fell down unconscious, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya took him to his home. The Lord remained unconscious until the afternoon. The Tritiya Prahara. The Lord remained until the afternoon when he finally regained his consciousness. All right, next verse, translation first. The Lord had left Nityananda's company and gone alone to the Jagannath temple. Okay, but later Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodar and Mukunda came to see him, and after seeing him they were very pleased, no doubt. And that in Bengali, Nityananda, Jagadananda, Damodara, Mukunda, Pache Ashi Mile Sobe Paila Ananda. There you are. Tabe Sarvabhauma Prabhu Prasada Korila Apna Ishvara Moti Tare Dekaila. This is almost like reading or singing the Premadama Deva Stotra, because we get mention of Leelas, but we need the background. I mean, they're just giving the hint of what we've heard about what these Leelas are. And so here we're getting mention, but we will get an expansion of each of these Leelas. After this incident, Mahaprabhu bestowed his mercy upon Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya by showing him his original form as the Lord. Apana Ishvara Murti Thare Dekaila. Okay, Tabeta. Next verse. After bestowing mercy upon Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, the Lord started for South India. So, I mean, lots of things happen here. We've covered a lot of things in a very short few verses. In fact, in 11 verses. After bestowing mercy upon Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, the Lord started for South India. When he came to Kurma Kshetra, he delivered a person named Vasudeva. And one of the very last places we went to was Kurma Kshetra, the very first time I've been there. Coming up from Kovur, the place of the Ramananda Samvad, made very famous by Caitanya-caritāmṛta, but by Śrīla Guru Mahārāj, who established the Padapita of Mahaprabhu there on behalf of Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And then coming up from Kovur, we visited the Nrsimha temple right up on the hill, and different places which are mentioned, all to do with Mahaprabhu's pastimes. And that this Kurma Kshetra maybe was the very last place, and then from there, because it's the Kali Yuga, came by minibus, rented a minibus and came all the way from there to Jagannath Puri.
Maharaj, how do they inaugurate the Padapita for Mahaprabhu?
With heart. I can't say. I mean, I've seen the Padapita, we've gone the Padapita, the footprints, but like installing a deity, they're going to do something, some installation. And by the order of Srila Saraswati Thakur. And we went to different temples where these Padapit, the footprints of Mahaprabhu, were installed. And some of the temples, the priests, didn't know where the Padapit were. We found them. We searched. We know it's there. We've heard from Guru Maharaj, not in Caitanya-caritāmṛta, this is later. We heard from Guru Maharaj where he went. And so we searched and we found in different temples, oh look, there, Padapit. And maybe a little bit of worship of the Padapit, but you see, for us, Mahaprabhu is prominent, but when Mahaprabhu went to South India and went to the Ramanuja, the big temple in South India, Ramanuja's temple on the Srirangam, thank you very much. We went to the Srirangam temple. It took Mahaprabhu, I mean, Mahaprabhu, who can do anything, okay, but in Leela, it took him 4 months to convince Venkatabhatta that Krishna is the origin of Vishnu, because Vishnu is very grand, 4 arms and very royal. You heard Keshvanandhu yesterday evening, very wonderfully describing, going to that temple, going there and like all the mystery and all this, that, and then you come and see this very opulent Lord. And if suddenly you will see Lord Vishnu, sometimes there are painting things we see. No, he's God. Got 4 arms, he's extremely radiant, very powerful, all, just wonderfully God-ish. But Krishna, he is very humanish in many ways. And so Venkatabhatta, very learned, pure, everything. They're not mixed, they're pure devotees. And Venkatabhatta, but 4 months Mahaprabhu stayed in his home. And finally, Venkatabhatta understood, Krishna is the origin of Vishnu. Amazing. So, where these Padapita, for us, and especially hearing from Guru Maharaj, they're so special because they're reminding us of Mahaprabhu's journey, as in a very short way, Srila Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja has explained, his journey where he went when he went around South India. But sometimes, like I just mentioned, those Padapita are quite neglected, and the priest doesn't know where they are. The priest doesn't know where the Padapita are. Then you can see a little bit neglected, because the Aishvarya, the grandness of the Vishnu, and Vishnu, many types of Vishnu temple are there. And then somehow Mahaprabhu's contribution gets sidelined. And it was interesting to read a translated article, maybe from the Harmonist, but I read a long time ago, Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's report of when he went around South India. And he said going to South India was very much like, the mood of the people was very much like the description we get in Caitanya-caritāmṛta of the mood of the people when Mahaprabhu went there. Within the Vidimag, the Vishnu, like this. And you think, how is it possible? The Mahaprabhu came there inundated with Krishna prema, etc. And this question came to Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj said, when there is a big wave, behind the big wave, there is a big dip. And then there's another wave, and then there's a dip. And Mayapur, we are reading Navadip Dham Mahatmya in the evening, I think. Today's morning is not a recorded version. So in a, well, maybe a recorded version you're seeing, but we're sitting here in the morning. Okay, anyhow, the Navadip Dham Mahatmya, Navadip, how glorious was Navadip? And then everything became lost, almost, but by lost in the sense of that the river Ganges also was already predicted that will come and clean away all of the houses and all the places that had been there. But even the stature, what is Navadip, became very down. And it's Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, who brought back, and you can say Bhakti Vinod Thakur and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, both in the compositions we see, are credited very much with bringing again to the forefront the glory of Navadip. But it was the place in India. If you were a Pandit or you want to get any name as a very intelligent person with qualification, you would have to go to Navadip. It was the place in the whole of India where which was like the Oxford, Cambridge, Yale University, this kind of high-end area. But then that became forgotten very quickly too. Anyway, we're in Jagannath Puri, and now Mahaprabhu is going on down to South India, so our clocks are going very fast here in London, and we need to stop, because we all have things to do, and we also have some timed things to do, and everyone has things to do, so it's good to read in the morning from Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta and another book, a book either by Gurudev or Guru Maharaj in the morning, and either by Guru Maharaj or Gurudev in the evening, so we get to hear Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj and Gurudev every day, but we don't have time today. We started our program in the Prasadam hall with some discussion, so anyhow, every day is a little different, and we are trying to be useful and helpful for each other. And early this morning, Kṛṣṇadāsa on his way, and if you didn't see, if you would like some association with Kṛṣṇadāsa, see yesterday's recorded evening program. He was very enlivened and giving us a little taste of some parikrama in India. We get in the modern age. And here we got some taste of parikrama in India with Mahaprabhu. And not so distant age. 500 years ago is very relatable. We were in a house recently, 1634. Okay, that's 400 years ago. Oh, okay. Anyway, there are many places, many buildings in Europe which are more than 500 years old. Who's British here?
No, only Vanya. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Devananda is true British. Tell me a famous house in England that's more than 500 years old.
Buckingham Palace.
Oh, is it?
Well,
No, okay. Anyway, they do have old houses all over Europe, old castles and old places, and what kind of history? What kind of history? We have to go there and ask the ghosts. If Gurudev is with us, he'll talk to the ghost and say, oh, tell us about it. Okay.
But you can say also that all the recorded classes are in Bhakti Connect YouTube channel.
Okay, all the recorded classes are in Bhakti Connect, all one word. All one word?
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
It's a YouTube channel.
YouTube channel, Bhakti Connect, spelled with a C. Okay?
Yeah, I tried yesterday to hear like this in the night, but
I will show you.
it was not on the Facebook.
It's all a little tricky. Just coming to London this time, I've actually been given the URLs and I have been trying to work out how to do it all. Maybe we can put some simple directions somewhere so that like with one click and then we have to click. But I know if Bhakti Connect on YouTube, if you click then on live, it actually gives you us live now, but it gives you the recent live ones, and that kind of helped me out a little bit. But there are playlists there, but I think the playlists are going to get a little organized so we can actually follow a little clearer what's there. But everything is good, and it's nice to have a mystery. So the mystery is being unraveled. So on Bhakti Connect, the recorded versions are there.
So what is the reason that some are on Bhakti Connect and some are on Facebook? What is the reason?
No, we are broadcasting on two channels, YouTube and Facebook.
But sometimes it is not on Facebook.
No, I show you, because we had an old Facebook account.
Oh.
Now we have a new Facebook page.
Okay, dear devotees, we'll try to solve this and put some clear direction somewhere, because it was also a mystery to me, and it's always been a mystery, and I've tried in different places to go, and I could never find. So let's try to help each other to find our way around, and there's not many places that are necessary to go to on the web.
So the Facebook is SCSMath West London.
Of which there are two Facebook accounts.
There are two.
If it's not one, it's the other. They're both. There are two accounts with SCSMath, one word,
West London.
West, another word, London, another word. But there are two accounts. If you click on one and it's not that one that you're getting the good result, click on the other one.
Same name? Same
Yeah.
Exactly the same name. Wonderful. The mysteries, the infinite world. All right. Hari Harai Nama Krishna. Okay, not by me. By Shara Shiromani. Oh, okay, Shara Shiromani is going to be with us for a while. She's going to be staying in London for a while. But Devananda Prabhu today has some duty. He's going to go to Bournemouth and he's going to come back.
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay. But still, in anticipation of him going tomorrow, we'll hear you've been voted in for Hari Harai Nama Krishna just now.
Okay.
I just want to
Okay,
add,
Harry.
Mahārāj, I'm also leaving today to assist my mum with her hospital appointment.
Okay.
I'll be back
Who's gonna sing?
Friday,
Okay.
Valentine's Day, to celebrate.
Valentine's Day. It's in the Vaishnava calendar. It's all about love and beauty. So Devananda Prabhu can sing Hari Harai Nama Krishna. Then Prabhu, after the last verse, then Anu Krishna, then he can sing Hare Krishna, 2 or 3 times, and then
As you
Nitai
wish.
Gaura Hari Bol. Okay?
Hari Harai Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hari Harai Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusūdan. Hari Gopinath Namo. strong voice, please give many jais.
Jaya Sabarikara Sisi Guru Kuranga Sundarada Kavirāja Ki
Jai.
Om Vishnupat Śrīla Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Gosvāmī Mahārāj Ki
Jai.
Om Vishnupat Śrīla Bhakti Rakshita Dev Gosvāmī Mahārāj Ki
Jai.
Bhagavan Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki
Jai.
Sri Rupa Nuga Kurvaka Ki Jai. Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Om Vishnupat Vishwavarena Śrīla A.C. Bhakti-vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sabashada Sri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Sabashada Sri Mahāprabhu Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Puna Radha Puna Puri Govardhan Ki Jai. Sri Navadvitam Ki Jai. Sri Maipudam Ki Jai. Sri Vrindavanam Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Sri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Vrinda Devi Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Yamuna Ki Jai. Dhantarachima Bhaktam Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Mangal Ki Jai. Jai. Srila Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Gosvāmī Mahārāj Ki Jai. Srila Thakur Ki Jai. Jai. Oh, glories to the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Glories to the world Ki Jai. Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta Math Ki Jai. Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta Math London Chapter Ki Jai. Oh, Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta Math Sri Ajay Vrinda Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Śrīla Bhakti Ranja Madhusūdan Mahārāj Ki Jai.